Hi guys, so today we're going to use Autodesk Sketchbook again. Remember, that's this app right there. Click on that one. It looks like a pencil. And you want to make sure you have a new sketch. So if you don't have a new one, you got to click on this button up here at the top, right there. And then you click this button right here. It says New Sketch. And you want to click Create. And you can save or discard your current sketch. I'm going to discard this one, start a new one. So we're going to talk about color today, another element of art. Now, we've talked about line and we've talked about shape, and those are things that you can control whenever you're making art. You get to decide. So these are the choices you get to make. You can choose your shapes, choose your lines. You can also choose your colors because they're an element. So we're going to click on this button up here, the Fill button. And we're going to look at some colors. Now, you're probably on that button right there, the solid fill, but I want you to click on the second one over. Looks like this. And what we're going to do with that, we're going to start out, the tool has a preset color pattern, so we're going to click and drag across. So click from left to right, click and drag across like that. I'm going to get that kind of in the middle like that. So let's look at the primary colors. These are your first three colors. I'm going to click on the white circle, and up here I'm going to click on white and change that to red. So I have to click on my diamond and my circle and make sure it's on red. And that's pretty close to the perfect red. Okay, so there's red. Red is one of your primary colors. Another one being yellow. Some of you may have known that. Yellow is another primary color. And the third one, can you guess? It's not black. I'm going to change that. Third primary color is blue. So these are my three primary colors: red, yellow, and blue. And with these three colors, they are the ones that we use to mix and make the other colors. Now, it's kind of hard to tell right here because it doesn't mix too well, but you can see right about here that makes kind of an orangish color. So what we're going to do, I'm going to move my yellow over just a little bit and my blue over just a little bit. Actually, I'm going to pull my blue back that way. I'm going to add some colors in here. So in between the yellow and the red, I'm going to add secondary colors. So when we mix red and yellow, the color we get between red and yellow is actually orange. I'm going to make sure that's on orange. There we go. And when we mix yellow and blue, we get, you can kind of tell it's almost there. It's kind of a greenish color. It's going to make green when you mix red and blue. So I'm going to move my diamond over, move that. I'm going to have a green right there. Now I'm going to do one more thing. I'm going to make one more dot right here and make that kind of a light blue, like this. Let's see how I change my hue, and then I change the value one in the middle. That's good. So I've got my blue there, and then I'm going to change this one to something different. So blue, after blue comes kind of a violet color. And that is our other secondary color. Now violet is there because violet mixes with red. And I can do that. I'm going to move all of these over just to show you how violet mixes back to red. Moving all my little circles over. And I'm going to click here and make that one violet too, so that I can make my very last one red now. I want you to see this. So I'm going to change my very last one. That's the last one in the row there. I'm going to change that one to red. And it looks like a rainbow. And that's because this is the color spectrum that you can see with white light, or light that comes from the sun, whenever we're looking at that. Now light looks different under different colors, like black lights and red lights. But this is what we see when we look outside. This is what you see when the sunlight bends through the atmosphere on droplets of water, but making rainbows and prisms and spectrums of color. So these are your primary colors and your secondary colors. We've got red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet, and red again, because red goes back to the other one. And it circles around and around and around. Now you can see that better when I click on the color. See how we have red that goes to orange, over to yellow, down to green, down into the blues, and then the indigo blues, and then the violets, and then back to red. And it just goes around and around in a circle, always like that. It's a spectrum. It never really stops. Whoops. Undo that. There we go. So I want to see you guys create this. That's one thing I want you to do. So after you make that, you're going to click up here on that top part. You're going to click Share. And you're going to save this image. You're going to save it to your iPad right here. Okay? And that saves there. And then you can go to Google Classroom. And I'll show you an example of how to submit this. So once you come here to Google Classroom, I'll go to one of my classes I have to turn things in for. Go to Do. You would find the assignment for this one. I'm going to find one of my adult assignments. And I'm going to click on, so I've got my assignment, I click on your work, add attachment. And when that's saved, when we save that picture, it's saved to our photos. So I'm going to click on Pick Photo. And it should be right there. And I click on it. And it comes up. And once it's entered, I click Turn In. And that's it for that. Okay, let's see how you guys do.